Hey buddy, watch this.
Hello, Regis Kilvin is the name, and Hearthstone is the game, and this is a deck spotlight on a N'Zoth Dragon Warrior deck created by a guy named Pavel. Pavel is a pretty prominent European Hearthstone pro and ladder warrior and a great overall player, and this is his take essentially on Control Warrior. That's Control Warrior at its base, of course, but has Dragon Warrior elements as well. So infuses the Dragon set into some of the basic Control Warrior aspects, but then also includes a couple Death Rattle synergies as well, just to enable N'Zoth the Corruptor as kind of the final set piece for the deck that gives you an ultimate late game answer. So it plays like a Control Warrior. You want to control the board early, keep everything in a manageable state, always react to your opponent's threats, and then eventually start playing your own gigantic threats as well that allow you to take control of the board and even win the game late with some burst damage on the back of Mr. Hellscream here, along with just a giant board of huge stuff that your opponent cannot deal with. So this deck clearly has N'Zoth synergies with Chillmaw, who's kind of the centerpiece of the deck in a way, since he's both a dragon and a Death Rattle minion. And that's very important because you need one that connects the two pieces, but also Chillmaw's great because playing N'Zoth without a big taunt can be problematic, because if you just play N'Zoth and it summons a Sylvanas and a Cairn, your opponent might just say, who cares, and just Leroy you to death anyway. So you kind of waste your big giant turn, and they're able to ignore it, essentially. But Chillmaw means that if you summon a Chillmaw off N'Zoth, then you're not just wasting 10 mana on a board state that your opponent can ignore. You're spending 10 mana to also summon a taunt, which is also why N'Zoth Paladin is so strong, because they get that Tyrian Forge Ring back, but doesn't always work well in various other deck archetypes. So that's your N'Zoth piece. You've also got the dragons in Ysera and Chillmaw, and a few mid-range dragons with Azure Drake and Twilight Guardian. So you're not like loaded down with dragons, but you do have a couple important dragon synergy cards. Alexstrasza's Champion is a fantastic 2-drop if it comes out as a 3/3 with charge. It basically gives you like 4 Fiery War Axes in a sense that they can answer opponents' boards instantly and kill stuff like those Tunnel Trogs that might be getting you down without dying themselves. So they basically function as a Fiery War Axe. They're 2/3 attack effects bundled into a single card. So it is important to get a dragon in those early turns, and hopefully you will. It's only occasionally that you don't. You've also got Blackwing Corruptor as a dragon synergy card, which again is another way to just instantly react to your opponent's board while simultaneously developing a threat yourself. So very similar to Alexstrasza's Champion, just at a different mana cost. You've got big late game bombs with Cairn, Justicar, Sylvanas, Chillmaw, Ysera. All of those things kind of win you the game from a value standpoint. Over long periods of time, they develop that long-term value that allows you to play into fatigue and win those games that stretch out for a very long time. You've also got Revenge as both a whirlwind effect, but also sometimes a board clear. If your opponent gets out to a super fantastic start with lots of little stuff, Revenge can help you reset that board and stabilize. It can also be a Grom activator if you need to turn him into a 10-attack minion, because you'll note you don't actually have much in the way of Grom activators in this deck other than Revenge. There's no, for instance, Cruel Taskmaster to activate Grom on its own. So you may need the Revenge for Grom if that's a route to victory, and it may not always be a route to victory. You've got Double Brawl in the deck. Again, just another way to make sure that you always have a route to control your opponent's board. Double Bash for some extra armor and board control. You've got multiple taunts from Twilight Guardian and also Chillmaw to hide behind if things get a little hairy. Card draw is perhaps a little light for a control style deck like this one. You've got Shield Block, a Single Slam, and the double Azure Drake, which isn't a ton of card draw, but you have enough proactive things to play that it's typically not an issue. In other words, you can play minions to help you essentially deal with the board and stretch out their value over multiple turns. So they kind of function as a smooth curve and reduce the need for card draw over a long period of time. So all that said, this is the N'Zoth Dragon Warrior from Pavel. Quite a mouthful and quite a deck, and an expensive deck to craft, so definitely not for beginners. I think you've seen what the deck list is all about, and hopefully I've explained it to some extent, why it exists and how it works. So that said, let's just go ahead and take this thing out onto the ranked ladder, because I do think that's going to give us the best sense of what the deck is capable of. And I will say that this deck was played to the top 5 spots on the North American Legend ladder. So we know that it's a powerful deck that wins games. And in fact wins a lot of games against the best competition in the world. So definitely a deck that's capable of shooting you up the ranked ladder if it's played to its utmost potential, which I'm not saying that we'll play it to its utmost potential, because we are not Pavel, we are not top 5 in any material, but we are a legend level player who can hopefully do the deck some justice. And I do like Control Warrior a fair bit. This is the first day of the season, so who knows what we're going to run into. We're still at rank 17, so it's a free-for-all really at this point, right? But we do know that we have the best card in the game to ever get in the mulligan, which is Fiery War Axe, so we're definitely going to keep that. I kind of quickly there passed away Ysera, but there is an argument to be made to keep a dragon in your opening hand, especially if you have the Alexstrasza's Champion in your hand. But since we didn't have the Alexstrasza's Champion and we do have the Fiery War Axe instead, I didn't feel that it was necessary to guarantee that I had that dragon synergy available, because the Fiery War Axe is a suitable answer to the Tunnel Trogs and stuff anyway. So that's the route for our early game mulligan. If we hadn't seen the Fiery War Axe and we hadn't seen the Alexstrasza's Champion, probably still wouldn't have kept Ysera since it's a 9-mana card, but I probably would have kept an Azure Drake or a Twilight Guardian just to ensure that I had that dragon synergy. We'll go ahead and load up the Fiery War Axe. He's getting off to a relatively slow start for Shaman. We have both the Bash and the Fiery War Axe to answer here. So we're in a pretty decent spot, actually, as far as board state is concerned at this point. Probably see the Totem Golem here. Coin Tuskar Totemic, which is fine. We actually have the Bash. As long as it's not a Totem Golem, we can clear the board. And we probably will. Boards are scary, and totems are scary in particular, because we still don't actually know what kind of shaman this is. It could be more of a totem, mid-rangey type shaman that relies on totem synergy, so we'll just deal with that stuff while we can. We also got some armor out of it, so it's not like the Bash was like totally wasted. We essentially preserved 6 health by casting that. We've got a good answer for this too. Bash, Fire War Axe. We can follow it up with the Azure Drake. If there's an Alexstrasza's Champion, I'll probably Hero Power Alexstrasza's Champion instead. But as it sits right now, we'll just Bash Weapon. Wonder if he knows his turn is over? In the turn? That was a mistake. The order there didn't matter. You usually attack first and get your armor last so that you can set up shield slams, but we had more armor than the minion had attack, so it didn't really matter in that particular instance. But that is something to keep in mind. You do want to armor up after you take damage, typically, just to ensure that you maximize the amount of armor available. So right now our Revenge actually does 2. That could be pretty good against a board full of totems, but it doesn't seem like it will matter in this particular instance. Our Shield Slam also will do 5 right now, since it is buffed from spell power. Fiery War Axe Shield Slam is a potential play here, honestly. Blackwing, unfortunately, doesn't have any dragons right now to activate. I can Fire War Axe Hero Power. I can actually Shield Slam that. And I think I might just do it. This essentially gives my Azure Drake 1 extra health, which may not sound like a lot, but it could make a difference if there's like an Earth Shock or something, or who knows, right? But it's the right way to do it, since we did have the spell power. Note also that I attacked last in this instance because I needed the armor before I Shield Slammed instead of the other way around. So Slam Trade feels pretty good here. We'll actually shield block first just to see what we get. Could change our plans and does not change our plans. So we'll do this. It's a fine turn. We still don't have a dragon for this guy. It's gonna matter. It's really gonna matter. We'd really like to activate him soon. These brawls are probably okay against Shaman, but we're actually ahead on the board a little bit, so brawl gets less good. I sometimes question the double brawls in these lists with like a lot of proactive minion play. When you have stuff like taunts and lots of minions, the brawls start to feel a little inefficient to me. Oh, we got our dragon. That's really good. We can play this, and it could theoretically die to the Doomhammer. But if it does, then he's taken 10 damage for it, right? And wasted 2 Doomhammer charges, so I don't feel too bad about that. I'd rather save this for when it trades into minions. And that allowed us to kill the totem too, so just felt like the better play overall. We really do need like a good minion, like a Cairn would be a great draw here. It's gonna Lightning Storm trade. That feels incredibly inefficient to me. It saved him. He basically cast that Lightning Storm as a heal 5. Right? All that Lightning Storm accomplished was deal 2 damage and heal 5 damage, which I personally don't think is that great. Our Twilight Guardian will not be buffed here. It's just part of life when you don't have dragons. Like I said, this deck's a little light on dragons and a little light on card draw, both of which are impacting us right now, I will say. Because N'Zoth is not good. You haven't played any Death Rattles yet. We're probably going to start falling behind on the board a little bit here. Oh my goodness, he hexed that guy. I actually feel great about that. Of all the things to hex, I don't think that was the one. Flame Tongue Totem's a little annoying. We're not going to have the armor necessary to shield slam it. And I don't think we can brawl yet either, so we may just have to take some damage from that Flame Tongue Totem. Really still like to see something like a Cairn. That guy's kind of scary. Maybe that is brawl worthy at this point, since we do have 2 brawls. I feel like we can probably just brawl here. Alternatively, is Chill Maw just better? I think Chill Maw's better. He can kill it and leave his thing from below alive, I guess. I could actually Hero Power Shield Slam the thing from below. Oh, actually, Chill Maw's not good because we don't have a dragon. I take it back. We have to brawl here. This is the only route. I'm sorry. We forgot the key component of Chill Maw, which is that you do have to have the dragon. So obviously that's a fine outcome. We didn't want to see the thing from below. Flame Tongue Totem, probably not the worst, but probably not the best either. Yeah, so we definitely want the dragon before we Chill Maw. Even that's actually debatable, right? I could have gotten it if I played it now. I can get the N'Zoth turn a little sooner, which is nice. Do we just brawl again? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe we Chill Maw this time. If we get a dragon, I think we Chill Maw for sure. Did not get the dragon. Revenge Execute's pretty good, just to kill this thing. We could even Chill Maw to follow up. I think that's probably the play. This unfortunately leaves 2 totems alive, but that's okay. So yeah, he can kill the Chill Maw and it won't activate, but he doesn't know that, first off. And because we've drawn cards since we played the Twilight Guardian that could be dragons as far as he knows. So he kind of has to take a gamble here. He may have to use his face. Either way, we get the Chill Maw right back with the N'Zoth, and that's a pretty big board for this guy to deal with. He's already used the Lightning Storm. He's already used the Hex. So he's got some debating to do here. He must not think the Chill Maw's active. That's pretty brave. Oh, he was looking for spell power, I think, perhaps. Man, he's really brave. He's really brave. I guess I respect it, but that seemed a little iffy. He's not a stream sniper because we're not streaming. This is privately recorded. Privately pre-recorded. So I think this makes N'Zoth decent, right? I basically get the Chill Maw back. And it will activate, so... It's not the best Chill Maw ever, but I do need to start building a board because I'm out of cards, right? And he's at 11 health, so... this could theoretically threaten lethal. And he might think it's not going to activate, based on what we saw last time. So the Thunderbluff Valiant here is kind of bad. See, he's doing this again. I don't know. I don't know, man. I think you should kill it before you summon your dudes. He's still looking... Oh my gosh, thank you. What's he gonna do? He's just gonna kill all those guys for me. Thank you. That goes to 5. Another... He's just killing all of his guys for me. Thank you. I'm not gonna PM, but that was intriguing. He did all the work for me. He could have traded in. He got confident with what happened last time. So again, this is not gonna have a buff, but at this point, I'm just gonna turn face. Grom is a lethal draw. The minions on board are lethal. He's just used tons of removal and trading up. I don't think leaving the Argent Squire is a huge risk at this point. That's not going to do the job. Taunt Totem does not keep him alive. You have Shield Slam to get through that. So it looks like the game is just over here. I guess he's trying to think about a way out. I don't know what's happening here, but... That was a fortunate draw on the Twilight Guardian to activate all that, to activate the Chill Maw. But I think we played it right once we saw that. The Chill Maw really did a lot of work just as a 6/6 that got respawned for free that added in like a Flame Strike. Pretty good card for what it was. Okay, so we shut down that aggro deck pretty effectively, which really is the goal. Made me nervous how we were getting low on cards, though. And we even used the slam and like the shield blocks and stuff. So that does feel like one weak point of this deck. But again, if it plays up to the top 5, who cares? It must be doing something right. So we've got a Rogue. Usually a decent matchup for Warrior. So this is one of those instances where I think I will keep the Twilight Guardian, just in case I get the Alexstrasza's Champion. It's a 4-drop anyway, so it's like, yeah, I can kind of maybe play it sort of early, especially with the coin, if I have to. We get the other Dragon, too, to activate it itself. So, not the best hand. We do want to see the Fiery War Axe. We do want to see Alexstrasza's. But against a Rogue, you know, they want to respond to an early board anyway with the backstabs and the SI7s and all that fun stuff. So unless this is like a Death Rattle Rogue who plays Unearthed Raptors and things, we may not need an early board, but he did just play a Death Rattle card. But it still might be like a N'Zoth Miracle Rogue, not necessarily a full-on Unearthed Raptor Death Rattle early Zoo type Rogue. So we may not need this early stuff. Nothing to do, no need to coin hero power or anything like that. We'll just hang tight. Wait for him to do stuff. I'm guessing we'll see a hero power, yeah. He's not going to go face because he's worried we might be a Battle Rage Warrior. We're not a Battle Rage Warrior, but it's a smart decision. Even if he doesn't have a 3-drop and he just weapons up again, he may not want to damage us. He may now that we have armor. He may just hero power again. So he played that well. It's a little trick if you're a rogue player. You don't want to do damage to the warrior to activate the extra card draw from Battle Rage if you don't have to. We're just going to hero power pass. We're generating resources right now. We can play the 4-drop or the 5-drop next turn if we want. Depends on what he does. Ooh, I like it. I like it, sir. Pretty nifty. We could shield slam that, but I don't think we're going to. Unfortunately, Twilight Guardian doesn't really trade well into it, but it might actually deny the extra attack on the weapon a little bit. Like if it trades awkwardly and he has to use a weapon charge, he's probably just going to backstab trade. But if we can sneak away one of those weapon charges before we kill this, it might help us. I'll probably just Azure Drake next turn. If that lives as a 4/1, I might Karen instead. Coin Karen. Could also bash it to kill it. So he is going to use the weapon charge like we hoped, but he's probably going to re-up, so it probably doesn't matter. Blackwing's not that good. We'll just coin Karen. See, he's worried about damage in my face again, but I don't know that it matters.
Thank you.
Tomb Pillager, Sap. It's a card rogues do have. So he's actually kind of got a nice little board happening here. We can probably bash Shield Slam. Is that any good? No, it's not any good. We'll just play the Karen again. We've got time. We've got brawls if he loads up the board here. If he saps again, I'm going to be annoyed, I will admit. But I can always brawl out of it. This might be a brawl turn anyway, frankly. There's a lot of stuff on board. What can I follow up brawl with? Not much. So I have another good route here. Can Blackwing execute Shield Slam, but Shield Slam doesn't have any armor, so that's not very good. I could bash this. Armor up and Shield Slam another one. Leave everything, but I could just leave the South Sea. Or do I just brawl? I can't brawl bash, unfortunately. I can't brawl Shield Slam execute either. But I will leave a 4/5 up, I guess, if I brawl. I'll kill a guy first, and then brawl. This gives me a 25% chance to win instead of a 20% chance to win. And it gets rid of his most valuable minion. I actually won anyway, so that's pretty awesome. Definitely can't complain about that. He does get a nice weapon out of it, unfortunately, but that's just part of the deal. So we're in a decent spot. I wish we had a little more health, but bash can help. And we have a lot of ways to deal with the board. For instance, I could bash Blackwing this turn to kill something really big. And get more health, obviously. We also have Justicar in the deck, so getting health back later is always an option. We're probably going to see a N'Zoth later, and we did use our Brawl already, so that's a little scary, but not actually that scary. So that's sort of annoying, right? I think we're just going to leave that alive and Twilight Guardian. Could give him the second half of Cairn, but I kind of want to make sure he does not get the full Cairn, right? Maybe I just give him the second half of Cairn and call it a day. I don't like have a small minion to give him, unfortunately. We have 9 cards in hand. We'll just let it live. He can obviously steal the Azure Drake, but we have lots of ways to kill it. Or he can steal either one he wants, whichever one he wants. I could have played the Twilight Guardian and maybe gotten him to steal the Twilight Guardian, but I don't think it was necessarily any better. I'm surprised he didn't take the spell power. 5 health is slightly better, I guess. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's kind of tough for me to deal with. Not really. We have a lot of removal, but I don't care about his heals. He has not used his weapon at all. What's he saving it for, I wonder? I could just use Sarah this turn, but I think I'd probably be close to dead if I did that. He's finally using the weapon. It's actually good now, because I had enough armor to shield slam stuff. It could make the difference. No, I don't think you made any mistakes. Alright, so I gotta piece this out, and unfortunately there's sirens outside which are stealing my distraction. I'm probably just gonna execute that. That slam executes 3. I think I have enough mana for all this. I'm just gonna go for it here and see what happens. Now I want to bash this. And Hero Power Shield Slam this. Yeah, it worked out. That's what we wanted, and it worked out. So now we got a pretty good hand and a pretty good board state. N'Zoth is probably going to come down here, which is a little scary. What has he death rattled? A few things. Hucksters. Yeah, there it is. So that's actually really horrifying. I kind of need the brawl. Or are we just dead? I can shield. What's the scariest thing? I guess N'Zoth. I can armor up, shield slam. Can Fire War Axe that. That's 5 mana. Would leave me 5 mana. I can Alexstrasza's champion something. This is really horrifying. My own N'Zoth means I'm dead. He has 15, 17, 21. He has 24 damage. We're at 22 health. So there is a chance we stabilize here. Let's just go to it, I guess, right? Maybe I Azure Drake to get the clean shield slam on N'Zoth to save some mana. And I guess I'll play this. It keeps me a little more alive, I think. But man, he just has so much value on the board right now. It's really, really scary. I wish we had the second brawl. Maybe this is why we run 2 brawls. Perhaps we used it a little too early last time. I thought we'd stabilize, but we never did. So next turn we can do something like 9 mana here to deal a total of 9 damage to his board. So depending on how he trades here, can probably kill a lot of different things. I don't think he can activate Sylvanas yet, so he may use the weapon to kill Sylvanas next turn. It really just depends on what he plays. If he plops down 3 or 4 more minions and we don't get the brawl, we could just be in a tough spot. I'd wish we had mana to Sylvanas. I probably would have Sylvanas instead of Twilight Guardian if I'd had the mana, but remember I didn't draw her until I played the Azure Drake, so by that time the path was already set. 14, he's doing 17 damage to my face, it looks like. Okay. If he doesn't play another minion, that might be alright, actually. That's another minion. Here's another SI of it. Oh, Heroic Strike. I'm just dead. Man. What? It's not too surprising, but I'm sad that it was Heroic Strike that did it. Ugh. Alright, that was tough. Gotta save the brawl, I guess. Thought we'd stabilize. Thought we'd be fine. We'll try one more with this deck. It's pretty fun. I like control style warriors like this. Dragon stuff's pretty neat too. Mage. Who knows what we're gonna see here? Okay, so we'll keep the Alexstrasza's and the Azure Drake. This is one of those instances I'm talking about, just to make sure we do have that Dragon synergy. And the Azure Drake's not so expensive that you can't imagine playing it soon. You know, we're a late game warrior. A 5-drop is not like that big of a deal. So I'm just going to go ahead and coin out the Alexstrasza's here. It's really fantastic in this spot. Kills this almost for free. It can't be pinged. Like I said, this is a Fiery War Axe right now. I just coined out Fiery War Axe. Except it's a Fire War Axe that theoretically can live forever. So, can theoretically attack forever. which is pretty nifty. Whoa, he even pinged it, so he might have like a arcane missiles or something. But otherwise, if he commits to another ping on turn 3, that's fine with me. He might Mana Worm ping, that'd be okay. I'd like to see a bash in that instance. He might Arcane Missiles, Sorcerer's Apprentice, something like that. He's probably just gonna ping. Looks like he's hovering ping. If that's the case, this Alexstrasza's Champion killed a 1 mana card and ate 4 mana worth of pings, which is 5 mana total, plus it did 3 damage. So that would be a... Whoa! So this seems like it's some kind of aggro, you know, hits your face really hard mage, which is pretty cool. I don't think I want to play that and trade it in. That's way too susceptible to Arcane Missiles. So I'm just going to kill this one and actually just play this one and charge face. If I'd done it the other way around, I would have had 2 1-health dudes, which would have been fine against ping, but would have been pretty bad against Arcane Missiles. So I think I like this better. It's bad to Frostbolt, perhaps, but we can taunt up afterwards too. It's going to proactively ping, and we're just going to ignore it and go face. I love the taunts. So he may have to fireball this just to trade this way. Either way, it's great for us. We stay up on the board. He's not doing damage to our face. That's a little scary, but it might roll poorly. He wasted a damage there. He probably can't even make this. Well, he definitely can't make this trade. It's actually not bad for us at all. I'll take it. Blackwing trade, kind of good. Bash Slam is even better. I still think this is like, it's Tempo Mage, I guess, because of the Flame Wakers, but it seems like a pretty aggro Tempo Mage with those Cold Light Oracles. Or maybe it's not. I don't know what's happening now. I thought we knew things about the world, but apparently we know nothing. We are Jon Snow. I'm just going face. Again, these Sylvanas are actually giving me a lot of trouble in this deck. I don't know what world I live in. Cold Light Oracles and Sylvanas. Is there going to be a Reno in the deck? I don't know. The Cold Light Oracle triggered me in a weird way that this is not a Sylvanas deck. I don't typically see Sylvanas and Cold Light Oracle in the same matchup, so I don't know. I can hit for 7 next turn, take him to 8 damage, 8 health, I mean. I don't know if it's good though. I have to see the board first. You want it? Okay. Looks like I'm going to be able to just trade into the Sylvanas to deny that, and no, she's going to Frostbolt her own Sylvanas to steal the Azure Dragon. Okay, that's fine. Probably just kill the Conjurer here, and Hero Power. I don't know, she wasted half a Sylvanas and a Frostbolt to summon a Azure Drake without the card draw, to summon an Ogre Magi. I don't know if that's good, to be honest with you. I think I'd rather have the Frostbolt and the 5/2 than the 4/4. I think sometimes people get a little too fancy killing their own Sylvanases. That's actually scary. I don't have a way to kill that right now. How's that possible? Of all the removal I have, I do not have a way to kill that right now. Are you serious? How is that possible? We have 47 removal cards, and we don't have a way to kill Archmage right now. We might lose now. Unbelievably, he's going to get a free kill. And a few extra fireballs. Great news. I can brawl now that he's played another minion, which is fine. That was an in-hand fireball. So I think he still has 2 fireballs, right? Or, no, 3 fireballs still. There's a way to kill it, finally. Jeez. So we might still be okay. We're at 27 health, even with 3 fireballs. We actually might be dead this turn, right? He could 18 us with 3 is 21. He could do 21 damage this turn. Frostbolt is 24, so we're probably not dead. Another arcane. Oh my god. Oh well, that's not actually that good. I might just brawl here. Actually, Bash Revenge is just way better. It guarantees. The Karen dies to a ping, but whatever, it wasn't attacking anyway. Okay, so we're actually in a decent spot again. He can only double fireball per turn right now. We still haven't drawn our Justicar in any game. I'd like to see it next turn. I'd play it, almost certainly. I'm surprised he didn't just go like 24 to face that turn. Or 21, whatever it was. I think I might have done that if I was him. This looks like a decent chill maw turn to me. That's 1 fireball down. He's like playing the long game. I don't think he can expect to win the long game here. I don't know. Ysera might have actually been better than chill maw. I saw the numbers that traded in there, but an early Ysera is good. I don't know. An early N'Zoth is good too, though. This does set up the kill pretty nicely with Blackwing, though. I think we brawl first, maybe? Yeah, we can just brawl. Well, unfortunately, the best one won, but that's okay. I could have played my guy first to slightly increase the chances of winning, but I killed 2 minions, which was the goal. I'd like to have the guy out, frankly. If he makes this whoa! You don't see that card every day. You sure don't. I can't actually kill it. I can't even kill that guy. Yeah, I can kill that guy. Maybe I just kill that guy. Could also brawl, but if this lives, I'm just in a worse spot than I was. Could also N'Zoth to summon the Chill Maw back and the Cairn. I think I'll just do that. That gives me a taunt, so it denies some damage. It's a little weak to like Flame Strike, but I think it's alright. This is gonna do 3 damage to the board, so it will help kill these things. Flame Strike's pretty bad, but not like the worst ever. Because Cairn will live, N'Zoth will live. This guy will do damage to his board, which is nice. I love that he's running Sylvanas and Sogoth with Cold Light Oracle. He might have a Reno too. I really have no idea. We're running out of cards faster than him, but we do have Ysera. We never get Justicar early enough to matter, unfortunately, when I play late game Warriors. I install Justicar well after it matters, so that won't matter. That won't make an impact at all. Okay, so he's hurting my board more than his, unfortunately, but that's part of it. It's part of the deal. No Flame Strike, that's good. Frostbolt the face for 4. Go face with the dude. Alright, I dig it. Is Grom like lethal in any way? I can shield slam my Grom for 1 right now. And yeah, Grom's lethal. The 1 mana. Oh, this is crazy. Look at this, look at this, look at this. I had to do this in the right order, it wouldn't have worked. Well, that's fun. Exact lethal for the spell damage shield slam on Grom. I love it. I love it. That's fantastic. 0 armor, but we drew lethal. Cool. Pretty nifty. Alright, so that's actually going to wrap it up for me and the N'Zoth Dragon Warrior. We got to see some control style stuff happening. We got to see N'Zoth summon some dragons. We didn't get to see Ysera, unfortunately, but we saw some Grom action. We saw Chilmaw. So I think we really got the gist of what the deck does well, particularly with the Alexstrasza's champion in that last game. The brawls definitely helped, despite there being 2. So pretty cool deck overall, quite competitive as well. We went 2 out of 3, I guess. Likely we're going to do even better from there. So definitely recommend the N'Zoth Dragon Warrior by Pavel. Give this deck a try if you can somehow manage to afford it with all these ridiculous legendaries it has. So that'll be it for me. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, game on.